believe we're live. I gotta go. First giraffe-athon, Elmwood Park Zoo. Here we go. Great honor to Gary Johnson and the Johnson family and Tap House 23 for bringing us this amazing exhibit, which we're gonna have a lot of fun with today. All right, so come with me.
Prime bananas.
They love bananas?
They love them.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Elmwood Park Zoo's very first giraffe-athon. We're going to have an awesome time feeding these guys today due to your support. We have on the line, though, our first caller, our board president, Sharifa Howard. Hi, Sharifa. Sharifa,
Hi.
Thank you so much for all your continual support with the Carmen A. Danella Foundation, as well as Sharon Danella and the amazing team. Thank you so much for everything you do for us here. Why don't you say a little something about this amazing facility?
Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live. I'm not quite sure where I should look at, Albert, if I'm looking crazy, but the giraffes look amazing, our staff is amazing, and I can't thank you enough for keeping our gem in Norristown up and moving right along, even though we don't have anybody there except for you guys. The continued support from our fans and our people that come to the zoo is so crucial at this time, and I can't reiterate that enough. When you want to help, now's the time, and I'm reaching out to our board members and asking them to, if they can, do something now instead of later, and I'm begging all of our patriots now that if you can help us, even if it's $5, that would be so helpful.
Absolutely, Sharifa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elmwood Park Zoo Board of Directors. Thanks for all the support. This is going to be a lot of fun today. Any donation matters. Start with $1 all the way up, whatever it takes. The gourmet bowls are $100. The kisses are $250. We have Crazy Erin today. We have Andy Summers today. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have our vet team are going to do some awesome interactive programming today, where they're going to get to show you how they take exams in these guys, how they treat them, how they take care of their hooves. That's going to be a lot of fun. Our interactive team's going to do a great job of talking about them as well. Tim, give us some fun facts of these guys real quick, bud.
Something really cool that you can see when they stick their tongues out. Their tongues are black and purple, and that's to help them keep from getting sunburnt, because they eat most of their days when they're awake.
Tim, how tall can these guys get?
Oh, these guys can get somewhere in the realm of 15 to 17 feet, and I think the tallest one that's on record is about 19 feet tall.
Very nice. What kind of giraffe do we have here?
So we have Gerald and Mapolo are both reticulated giraffes, and then Daruba over here is part meticulated, part Maasai giraffe.
I'm going to tell you something really cool. So today we're doing our first giraffe-athon, but in 2010, Elmwood Park Zoo was having a lot of financial troubles. In 2013, we opened up our first giraffe experience here at the zoo, and we opened them up, again, thanks to Gary Johnson and Tap House 23, but Daruba was the first giraffe we brought on site here at Elmwood Park Zoo, and things changed instantly. Our attendance went from a little over 114,000 visitors to well over 700,000 visitors, able to do awesome programming. This giraffe interactive experience was one of the first interactive experiences here on the east side of Pennsylvania, which was exciting for us. But to be able to bring our education and our animals so close to the consumer was what was important for us. So as the calls are coming in, we're going to continue to feed. We need all of your support to do so. Our first caller that we're going to bring on is Andy Summers from XTU. Andy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Al. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for this morning. But more importantly, thank you so much for all your continuous support of Elmwood Park Zoo. You are a true champion of us, and you've done a great job. If you don't mind me asking, what do you love most about Elmwood Park Zoo?
Gosh, and there's so many things I don't even know where to begin. But first of all, a couple of those little guys behind you, I love. Giraffes are my favorite animals, so it's so neat to be able to have the opportunity to get up close and personal with them. My son has had birthday parties at the zoo, which is so much fun for everyone. And I think probably what I love most, though, Al, is just the serene atmosphere, being able to hop in and just walk around and see all the amazing animals that are so well cared for, and to your staff who is unbelievable at teaching us about them and just having a nice, relaxing day, whether we're, enjoying some ice cream and grab a beer or whatever. There's fun for everyone, for sure.
Andy, thank you so much. It takes a great deal of staff to pull this off. We have a little over 40 employees still working. We are part of the essential team here to take care of these amazing animals due to the AZA and the USDA, which is great. So this great staff collaborated with the amazing help of our donors is what makes this all possible, so we can help each and every kid that comes to the zoo. Andy, do you have a favorite memory of Elmwood Park?
I think probably my favorite, well, a couple of them, and it would be your Country Fest that you guys have every year. We always have so much fun. It's so nice to connect not just with the listeners, but with the animals as well, and see all those little kids running around and oftentimes checking out the zoo for the very first time. So XTU is a proud to partner with you guys in that, and we're just so excited to be part of all of this, and we wish you a lot of luck with your endeavors today, because these animals deserve so much attention, and you guys are just unbelievable in what you do with them.
Andy, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much to the station and all your continual support. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Al. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we got Faruba here reaching for one of our giraffe bowls. You can see we got some carrots in here. We got some apples, some yams. We're gonna give them one of these bowls. We had an awesome caller call in to help us out with one of these guys. These are their favorites, mostly because they're the highest price point at this point. But they absolutely love these guys. It's good for their enrichment. These guys eat a ton. Tim, are you still with me? Tim, how much do they eat a day?
Oh man, I couldn't put it into poundage, but they could probably cruise through about half a tree in a day without blinking an eye.
That's a very big tree. So it takes a big order to get that accomplished here. So we need as much support as we can. Again, anywhere from $1 all the way up. We just want to have fun. We want to be able to entertain these guys. The number is 610-277-3825. Please pick up the phone. You can go to our website, elmwoodparkzoo.org. I think we filled this guy up. We need another one. Another bowl as well. Thank you so much. And we have to have a rag there too. All these amazing restaurants. We mentioned Bluestone Country Club. We mentioned Bluebell Inn earlier today as well. Capitol Grill had donated some food to us. Tap House 23, Tex-Mex, Not Your Average Joe's. The bowls are $100. Excuse me, the bowls are $100. I would love to see the kiss again if I could do so. Holly's helping me out here. She's doing a fabulous job. These are the kisses here. These are $250. You order these online or over the phone. You can even leave a message, which we'll post in an email later. But when you order one of these, we'll mail it out to you and you can pick it up, which will be great. We have a lot of great things to talk about. We mentioned how much it takes to take care of these guys. So not only do we have our essential staff here on hand, we also have our guest service team, our development team, Jen Conti, Eric Husky, working around the clock, even Asia Crawford, who's helping us from home. We did have to do some cutbacks because, again, times were tight, so we needed to cut back as far as we could to our essential team to, again, not knowing the unknown. So really making this last as long as we possibly could. So they've done a great job being one of the first ones out with our emergency plan, which was awesome. Tim, thanks for keeping that guy occupied over there.
Absolutely.
With our emergency team, our emergency fund, which is also on the website. We are feeding these giraffe today, these amazing creatures, but more importantly, the money coming in is feeding all of the animals in the zoo. It's helping keep this staff moving to come in each and every day. They are taking all the proper measures. They are sacrificing. They are going from Elmwood Park Zoo home, keeping isolated, staying home, following the orders, just coming in to do a great job to help these guys out and help Elmwood Park Zoo out as well. We got a guy over here. Let's take a look at this one here. This guy's being left out a little bit. So on an average day, Elmwood Park Zoo, I hear a bell. There's bells going off. What do the bells imply?
We're going to try and get Gerald over there.
All right, we're going to try to get Gerald over for a giraffe training session. Is it working there, Ryan?
That's yours if you want to leave.
No, it's not working.
Gerald, come on, buddy.
Oh, that's my guy. Here, give me another head of that. Let's take him over here. You coming with me, Sean? to head down, I believe, to do an exam. Do we have Gerald, or am I still leading them?
We got Makolo, but we'll take it.
We're going to take Makolo. This is Marina. Marina is our general curator here at Elmwood Park Zoo.
Hi,
Marina,
thanks,
how long
everyone.
you been with us here at Elmwood?
Just over 2 years. I'm super excited to be here. Hopefully everybody's going to enjoy everything they're seeing today. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. Thank you. Watch your step here, Mr. Rogers. Sean Rogers is on our camera. He's our head of our marketing team. He's been with Elmwood almost 10 years now, which is exciting. Also a Norristown native. Dr. Goodman, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay.
This is your time to shine.
Okay, great. Thanks. Hi, everybody. We appreciate you coming out today to our giraffe-athon. Here in the training area, we have Makolo. He's the youngest of our giraffe. And we have our trainers, Shelby and Ian. Before we start doing some hoof trimming on Makolo, we'd really like to thank some of the recent veterinary supply donors that have really helped us to obtain the appropriate equipment that we need for our animals, as well as providing, donated medications and supplements. That includes Metropolitan Veterinary Associates, Smart Pack Equine, Veterinarian Recommended Solutions, the Carita Foundation, Asher's Chocolates, and the McLean Contributorship. We really appreciate all of your support during this time. So what we're going to start with here is that Shelby is going to ask Makolo to present one of his feet, which he's already doing. And then Ian is going to come over here, touch, curl. And so he's positioning his foot such that we can actually take care of it just like you would in a horse or a donkey or any of your pet head, and use the rasp device.
You want to rasp one?
Yeah, thank you. And so what this does is it lets us keep his hoof nice and healthy. And this is something that we now have the opportunity to do frequently, just because of how well these animals are trained and how much they look forward to this positive reinforced program. So it's kind of like getting a pedicure on a regular basis for our giraffe, which will help to keep their hooves nice and healthy. Okay, why don't we give him a break? Back up. And then reset him. But I'll take it. Touch. Try again. All right. Touch. And since our giraffe are in captivity, we want to make sure that we're able to keep their feet nice and healthy, because in the wild they would be walking several miles every day, covering a large expanse of land. So we're very happy that they are extremely tolerant of us doing this to their hooves in order to keep them healthy, and they can hopefully stay with us for a very long time. Do you guys want to show some of the other things that you guys are working on with Makolo right now?
We do all this hip stuff at the lower feet deck.
Okay, well if you want to take him out, then we can show that.
Okay.
Great.
Getting him out is going to be the hardest part.
You gotta go.
Oh no. Hi, you're not the giraffe I need.
So right now, Makolo has left the training area and he's coming up to our lower feed deck. He is joined by Daruba, who always likes to participate in training. And Shelby and Ian are going to sort of station him. And this is often a location where we can get him to press part of his body up against the fence, which is going to be really helpful if he needs any sort of an injection, that we're able to give that directly into his muscle. We're able to provide vaccines to all of our giraffes through this method of training. It helps to manage them in care very nicely and in a low stress way.
Dr. Goodman, a lot of training it takes to get these guys to cooperate. Take it.
Yeah, so these giraffes are trained essentially for about an hour every day in order to make them compliant with this. So Shelby is desensitizing Makolo so that he is used to being having his body touched. So that he can be better prepared to participate in his own medical care.
I love that. Dr. Goodman, there's thousands of animal collection facilities across the country. What makes Elmwood Park Zoo a little different, a little unique?
So despite being on the smaller side of the animals that we manage here at the Elmwood Park Zoo, we have an incredibly successful giraffe program. We're currently the second zoo that was able to place orthopedic children onto our male giraffe, Gerald, and that makes us extremely fortunate that we have such a wonderful training team and such wonderful giraffes.
You know, I mentioned the 1,000 facilities. There's only about 250 AZA accredited establishments across the country, across the globe. But to be an AZA accredited establishment, it's a focus on species survival, conservation. You know, yes, we're a zoo where people can come and enjoy these amazing animals and be educated on them, but the amount of work that goes into taking care of these guys every day is endless. It's endless.
And it's really wonderful to be able to provide them with such high quality animal welfare because of all this participation in activities that they do voluntarily. That means that we don't have to do things like darting of vaccines for these animals because they're actually willing to come up in order to participate in a positive experience with their trainers. And that just provides so much positive welfare for these animals while they're here at the Elmwood Park Zoo.
That's awesome. You do a lot of collaborations with other zoos?
Absolutely.
And other vets?
Absolutely. We work with a network of numerous board-certified specialists that help us whenever we, have need for them, including many of the veterinarians at the Metropolitan Veterinary Associates. We also work with a board-certified ophthalmologist, Jeff Bowersox, down in Delaware. So it really takes a team in order to provide such a high standard of care to these animals. And that gives our guests, the opportunity to see them up close and personal.
Now, I
Oh dear, you never do that.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is probably Slash, the red panda. He's a really special guy, and he's required a lot of our department's attention to keep him nice and healthy. So we're happy to report that he's doing really well during the zoo closure, and we're spending a lot of extra time with him. But yeah, I'd probably say that Slash the panda is by far my favorite.
Well, Dr. Goodman, thank you so much for all your time, all your staff's efforts as well.
Thank you.
Thank you to these amazing guys for spending some time. Please don't get scared. We're not in the hot tub right now. This is for a reason. Follow me. We're going to take a call now, which is right here in Norristown. Makes our amazing thinking putty. Watch your step here, Mr. Rogers. So because Aaron works in his laboratory all the time, I wanted to make sure here at Elmwood Park Zoo I was prepared and ready. We're gonna do a little experiment together here. Come on into our laboratory. Oh, we got a call first. Here we go. We have a happy birthday to Rebecca. Marcy has purchased 3 bowls. Marcy, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. The Goodman family with a $5,000 donation. Thank you so much. Sal for a $20 donation. Awesome. Maggie and James, $25. Thank you so much. We want to keep them coming in. Are we ready, team? Do we have Erin ready to go? How do I look in this? A little ridiculous? Well, these guys have been eating so much lettuce, so in case I guess I'm in the splash zone too at the same time, so I'm protected here. Erin, how are you, sir?
Hey, how you doing, Al?
I'm doing wonderful, sir. I'm doing the best we can. We have an awesome team, just like you guys have down there. I want to thank you first, before we get started, for the amazing collaboration we've been able to do with your guys' outfit right here in Norristown, which has been awesome. You helped us out with our sensory backpacks. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. You know it.
All right, so what are we doing here today, Erin? What are we doing?
Well, I heard you got some sunburst thinking putty. Is that right? You've got some of that.
I do. I'm ready. I got it right here.
So we chose it because, well, I think the colors are very similar to your giraffe.
Oh, I agree with that. This is green.
A nice orange color.
This is green.
Being a high color thinking putty means that it changes color with temperature. So
Very good.
You can warm up a piece of it in your hand. You'll be able to make this orange color become this yellow color. And then we can mix them together and make something artistic.
Wow.
You want to give it a try?
I would love to give it a try. What are we going to make?
I'm going to make a giraffe.
I want to make a giraffe too. Can we time ourselves to see who does it first and faster?
Are you ready?
I'm going to do my best. What do I need the water for?
So you're going to use the hot water to help it change colors fast.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to change mine to green.
Right. Okay.
All right. Tell me when to start.
All right. Let's start making our giraffe. Here we go. Got the body here. You say that neck is about 17 feet off the ground.
Is he making something 17 feet tall? I can't see him.
He is.
17.
Mine's
feet
almost
off.
done, Erin.
Gotta make all 4 legs. Gotta make it not look silly. I'm working on it. And now I need to decorate. Oh, I need to save enough for the head. Let's see what we can do here.
You can find some extra in Elmwood Park Zoo's gift shop, as well as your shop located right there in Norristown on Main Street.
There we go. That's looking like a giraffe, if I think. Oh, there we go. And then like a little like that. And they've got tails, right? Giraffe has long tail.
They do. They do have a tail.
Kind of a bushy, hairy tail like that. And now I'm going to use the hypercolor. I'm going to tear off little pieces, and I'm going to make my spots for my giraffe. Why do they have spots, Al? Why are they born with those spots?
I got to kick that to Marina. Marina, why do giraffe have spots?
They think it has to do with camouflage and also temperature control. The color difference between the dark spots and the light spots help create convection like an air conditioner does.
It helps create like an air conditioner. Temperature control.
Get a little circulation going, a little breeze.
Is Erin done his giraffe?
I am done. And here we go. There it is.
All right, so we may need the public to help us vote here, Erin. I did my best.
Mine's better than yours, Al. You know it.
How's that look, Erin?
I can't see yours either, so we're going to need the public to weigh in on this.
This is mine. I worked very hard at this. I had my shield down. I worked very hard at this.
I worked hard too.
All right, so somebody take a photo of this. Make sure they send it to Erin since he can't see it yet. Erin, thank you so much for all your support. I know we're working on getting a trolley together so we can do some STEM stuff and some parties together. We're really excited about having you right here in Norristown.
The Norristown Zoo Crazy Aaron's Putty World experience, all wrapped into one. You get your animals, you get your chemistry, you get your science, everything together.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and hang in there. And let your team know that's working hard over there. When we get open back up, we'll get everybody over here. We'll do a little celebration.
They need you, and we need everybody out there to support the Norristown Zoo, Elmwood Park Zoo.
Well, thank you.
That money comes in.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. So we're currently a little over $5,000 raised so far. We're going to get back to these guys. Let me see this giraffe kiss again. Marina's over here. She's going to be making some giraffe kisses. Is it too early to start a giraffe kiss? Marina, why don't you come on over here? We have Kevin that just bought a giraffe kiss. Here we go. Now, what do we have on top here? A little bit of green?
We have their grain, which is one of their favorite things to eat, and then we have some powdered food coloring that we sprinkled onto it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the giraffe eat off of the canvas and create their painting for you. Every single one will be one of a kind, because you never know what kind of pattern they're going to make with their tongues and their lips when they're messing with the grain and the food coloring. Don't worry, it's completely safe for the giraffe, and they don't mind the little bit of flavor from the food coloring. Oh, I got to get every last piece.
Marina, I know we don't want our guests doing this when they're here in the zoo, but have you ever gotten kissed by one of these guys?
I have. It's a little slimy. But that's okay because I know that it's a sign of interest and affection.
I think he tried to kiss you there.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
Marina, for those that are just tuning in, how long are their tongues?
They are 18 inches long, and you, as we heard earlier, if you didn't catch that, they are purple to blackish in color, and that's acts as sunscreen because they spend most of their day browsing for leaves in the wild. They need to protect that tongue from that sun exposure. So just like we use sunblock, these guys have it built into their tongues.
That's awesome. You know, there are hundreds of animals here at Elmwood Park Zoo. I'm going to turn it over to my friend here, our director of operations. He's got his bunny ears on. He is one of our, you can hop on in. This is Eric Donovan. He's been with the zoo. Eric, how long have you been with the zoo now?
I've been here for 16 years.
16 years. Eric is local, lives right here in Conshohocken. After coming to the zoo as a child and then moved right on up, working throughout the years, going to school locally, and now he's our director in operations. Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute. I'm going to get out of my lab suit. It's all yours. All right?
Hey, everybody. How's it going out there? Well, I just want to let everybody know about something really exciting that the zoo is doing while everybody has to stay at home. Did you think you wouldn't be able to see the Easter Bunny this year? Well, guess what? You're wrong. Because right now we're offering a special online where you can buy a basket for one of your kids and have it delivered to your house from the Easter Bunny himself. That's right. We are bringing the Easter Bunny to you from a safe social distance. You can go online right now. The baskets start at $45. The more you buy, the more you save. And of course, all the while you're supporting the zoo during this time. It's really a really exciting time for us. If you don't feel like having the bunny come to your house, you can also get one of our e-baskets. They are filled with e-tickets to the zoo. You'll get admission, you'll get rides, you'll get feedings, you'll get all sorts of fun things that you can come and enjoy once this is all over and you can come back through our gates. So it's really exciting as well. I just want to give a quick shout out to Catherine, who gave $250 to the zoo. Thank you so much, Catherine. All of you out there can support us as well by calling in to 610-277-3825. We appreciate all of your support. It continues to fund the facility and all the amazing animal care that you can see going on behind me. Right down here, we have Hops, some bunny rabbits over here. Laura, do you want to tell us about the rabbit here?
Sure. So this is Chester, and Chester is one of our Velveteen Lop rabbits. So he is an ambassador animal. That means he does not live on exhibit, but he comes out for special programming and to meet guests and help people learn about, in his case, rabbits and bunnies. So this time of year, many of us are thinking about Easter, as Eric was saying, and rabbits are one of our commonly associated animals. Now, Chester here does not, unfortunately, know the Easter Bunny, but he has all the different traits that an Easter Bunny would have. He has those long bunny ears that would help him to listen. Now he's got floppy loppy ears. That's where part of his name comes from. So they hang down to the side, whereas most of the time you're gonna see wild rabbits having very high, tall ears. But because our friend Chester doesn't live in the wild, he does not necessarily need to have really, really tall ears. So he has those floppy loppy ears. He's also got really soft fur. Chester here is going to have fur that kind of wiggles around back and forth. It helps him to escape a predator if he was a wild bunny. But in our case, his fur is just nice and soft because he is a bunny that lives with people. That soft fur is more well used for snuggles and cuddles. Chester the rabbit also has eyes on the side of his head to help him see almost completely around his body. Now, he's never been up on a giraffe deck, so I'm not quite sure what this experience is like for him. He's pretty calm right now. We've got some snacks for him to munch on. Like other rabbits, he has really big front teeth, and his front teeth never really stop growing, so he has to chew all day long, kind of like our giraffes would spend all day eating. Rabbits like to spend all day eating. Now, he does not eat carrots as a regular part of his diet. He actually eats primarily hay, so we have some hay here for him. And he also gets some leafy greens. So rabbits are herbivores, they like to eat plants, and so he's gonna spend most of his day chewing on some grasses like this hay. Now, if you're interested in meeting Chester or his brother Oliver, who some of you guys may have seen on Zoo School Live last week, we do have an opportunity to purchase an experience with our Velveteen Lop rabbits. And I can tell you that the Velveteen part of their name is because of the extremely soft fur. So you definitely don't want to miss out on the opportunity to meet Chester and his brother Oliver in person. They are just as cute, if not more so, when you meet them up close. You can see Chester here is gnawing on some of that lettuce. Again, he's got those big front teeth. He's also got a really excellent nose. You might be able to see his nose kind of wiggling back and forth. Rabbits have an amazing sense of smell. That's how they're gonna find their food and explore their environment. And when he's wiggling it like that, he's actually picking up as much air and as many particles of smell as possible. So if you wiggle your nose around at home, you might be able to smell a little bit better, just like a rabbit, like our friend Chester. So he's just gonna eat a few more snacks, and you guys can take a nice big view of him hopping around over here. He does have very large feet in the back and a little bunny tail. Now, bunnies have a white tail like that because they use it to actually signal to each other. So in the wild, if you were a rabbit and you saw danger or you felt like there was danger, you would flip that white tail up and wiggle it around, and that would warn other bunnies or rabbits around you that danger was near. But again, Chester lives here at the zoo. He usually doesn't have to worry about predators. He does a pretty good job of keeping himself safe because he lives around people, so we kind of keep him safe for him. All right, guys.
All right. Laura, thank you so much.
No problem.
That was awesome. If you want to see Chester, now is your time to do so. We're offering a $100 animal encounter to meet Chester once the zoo's reopened. You can buy it now. Perfect gift for Easter. Perfect for teens, perfect for adults. A family day. You are going to love that, trust me. And guess what? If you opt for one of our baskets, you're going to get your very own print from Chester the rabbit himself, and a commemorative photo as well. You can't beat it. This is the perfect Easter gift. And on top of all that, you're going to get the Easter Bunny to come to your house. Who could beat that right now? How exciting is that? We are so excited to be able to offer that during this time when it's really tough to do a whole lot of things. I want to throw a couple more shout outs. Again, Catherine, $250. That is so amazing. Thank you so much. Laura, 30. Maria, 25. Jessica, 25. Florentino, 10. Diana, 5. Carol, 50. Angela, Tammy, you've given money too. This is amazing. Thank you so much for all your support. We have so many different options available right now. You can do $250 giraffe kisses right over here. Our giraffes will kiss a piece of paper that we're going to send to you. You're going to have your very own print from the giraffes. It's so exciting. This right here. Who could beat that, right? All the while you're supporting an amazing cause and helping us to keep this amazing facility open and moving and keeping animal care strong as ever. Remember, please call in to 610-277-3825. Again, that's 610-277-3825. All of your money goes right to the zoo and to all of our amazing animal care. And speaking of animal care, we're going to throw it over to our amazing keepers who are going to show you some of the enrichment items they've made for our animals.
Hello guys. So we've previously talked about giraffes spend a lot of time eating. They spend up to like 16 hours in the wild eating, so they are using their tongues a whole lot, pulling tree branches and everything else off. So we try to build a lot of enrichment items for them to kind of challenge them to use their tongues in a lot of different ways to try to get their food. So we created fidget boards. We have various types for them to interact with, and when they're kind of on slower times of their day, they'll come over and you'll see them interacting with these guys. We have lots of different puzzle feeders that we put all of their diet in to kind of challenge them so that they have to work a little bit harder for it. And we filled a couple of these with grain so we can show you guys at home the giraffes eating. So we'll go ahead and do that for you right now.
So I don't know if you can see very well from your camera, but they use those really, really long, up to 18-inch tongues to gather all of the grain that's in their feeders. They use them like a hand. They're prehensile tongues, so they can reach in there and just grab all the stuff and pull it up into their mouths. And they get over 20 pounds of grain every single day, and this is how we provide it to them. So they get it in all sorts of puzzle feeders, as a breakfast, as a lunch, and as a dinner. They also, that one's way easier.
Yeah, I think I've got the good feeder.
Ryan, you guys make these in-house, right?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
They're masters at it too. We'll take 25 minutes to stuff feeders. You can see them lined up all around the exhibit so that they have to be busy all day. They'll clear it in 10, without fail.
And the idea of enrichment is to kind of extend their feeding. So instead of it taking them, 1 minute to eat their grain, it takes them 30 minutes, an hour sometimes. When we scatter it throughout their exhibit in various different puzzle feeders, they have to travel their exhibit and they have to go from feeder to feeder and spend that time just trying to get all of their food out.
It's also nice because they'll go back to their enrichment feeders throughout the day. So even if they've cleared out all the grain first thing in the morning, you'll still see them throughout the day going out and just checking the feeders to see if maybe some grain has magically appeared.
Going back for seconds.
Yeah.
Well, that is amazing.
Normally we can just chain these to the deck and then we don't have to hold them.
Jamie Sherd, one of our guest service employees, just donated $250. He's been here for about 5 years. Jamie, thank you so much. Jamie is at home right now. He's obviously practicing the social distancing. This is pretty amazing, ain't it? So not only do we give these guys lettuce when the public comes to feed them, we put all these awesome enrichment things together to keep them going. Jenny from Rochester just hit us up on Facebook. We want to carry this up here, Mr. Rogers. Can you see that? Just so it's a little bit easier to see, please call in. This is the number 610-277-3825.
Online too.
You can go online, elmwoodparkzoo.org. We're having a lot of fun. We're eating a lot of lettuce. We got a lot more names here. Ashley, $15. Anne-Marie, $25. Amy, $25. Jennifer, $10. Laura, $500. We really appreciate it. We're putting an email together after this is all done to thank everybody for their time and all their help and support. This past week, we did a membership push online. It's more about buying your tickets now and supporting us for tomorrow, which has been very helpful. Our membership push has brought in over 500 new members. Wow, he's ready to go. Over 500 new members, over 500 renewals, a little over $100,000 in donations. The Hess Foundation donated $50,000, matching the first day's donations from our emergency fund. We thank you guys so much for all your continuous support. We're going to take a walk down. We're going to do another vet exam. So, Mr. Rogers and our friends at home, you're going to follow me down. We're going to keep these guys. He's not done yet. All right, there we go. All empty. We got to show him the empty bowl, I'm told. So we're going to walk down safely here. All right, look at them. They're ready to go. They're lined up and ready to go. I hope you're ready at home. Our animal team here is unbelievable. Our education team, our veterinary team It never stops. It's constant care all day. Every time you're batted down in your home and there's a major storm, our team is worried. Our team is on hand. They are here at the zoo doing everything they can to keep these animals safe. We got some horns up on the street there here in Norristown. Dr. Goodman, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay.
It's all you, nice and loud.
Okay, sorry for the win, guys. Thank you so much for calling in to support the zoo and for visiting our website, elmwoodparkzoo.org, to donate to our emergency fund. We really appreciate everybody's support during the closure. Here, our giraffe trainers are trying to coerce one of our giraffes to get away from the feeding area and into the feeding training area. This is Gerald. You've seen a lot of publicity for Gerald over the past 2 months. Gerald unfortunately broke one of the bones in his foot. This is a problem that many giraffes have in managed care, and we've been fortunate through the support of many individuals to be able to not only provide excellent medical care for him, but to put a shoe on his foot that is acting as a splint. I'd really like to thank Metropolitan Veterinary Associates. They provided funding that allowed us to purchase a thermal imaging camera, which allows us to monitor the temperatures in his foot. I'd also like to thank Wedgwood Pharmacy. They have been donating the pain medication that Gerald is currently on to keep him comfortable. I'd also like to thank Steve Foxworth from the Zoo Hoofstock Trim Program. Steve came out here about 2 weeks ago from Colorado in order to put this shoe on Gerald. Unfortunately, it's a little bit dusty because of their environment, but he actually has a shoe that Caroline is going to point out to you guys that is helping to heal his fracture on his foot. So some of the things that we're able to do for Gerald is to provide cold therapy laser, which helps to reduce inflammation and provide pain relief to him. So you can see he's supporting this nice fashionable shoe that was custom designed for him, and he's been doing extremely well over the past 2 months. As you can imagine, it's very hard in order to get a giraffe to stand still for things like voluntary x-rays. We brought some of our practice equipment up here today, and as soon as Gerald gets his foot up on the block, we'll show you kind of how that works. But you'll notice that all of the stuff that we've been able to do for Gerald is because he's been participating in it. Anesthesia is never something that we like to do in giraffe, just because of their long necks and their unique anatomy and physiology makes anesthesia very challenging for them. Caroline, do you want to go grab the plate and the tube, and we can show our viewers how we would, it's right there, the yellow and the gray, show viewers how cooperative Gerald has been for some x-rays. And you can see some of his x-rays on our Facebook page, which shows his initial fracture as well as x-rays after the shoe is applied. So I'm going to take the tube or the plate. Let's take that. There we go. So Caroline is going to hold, this is just a pretend x-ray plate. So she would be normally wearing a gown and holding up a plate, and then we would position this tube so that we can actually see what his bones look like. And this is something that Gerald is extremely tolerant of, which has allowed us to better manage his injury. And then we're able to move around to get all of the different views that we would need in order to make a diagnosis and monitor his treatment. And then additionally, we had this custom box made for Gerald from Dave's Zoo Fabrication that can essentially support his entire body weight so that he can stand on this, and we can take an x-ray top to down of how his feet look. So all of these things, based on the wonderful training that Ryan has been doing with him, really allow us to, not only be able to diagnose when problems happen, but to just manage him so much better in captivity, which has been really wonderful.
Dr. Goodman, Tommy from Pottstown said that he broke his leg over the holiday season. Is this the same type of x-ray you'd get in the ER?
So, yes, I like to think that ours is a little bit better because it's portable. So we can actually bring all of our x-ray equipment. The tube that the yellow box is modeling only weighs about 10 pounds. So we're actually able to bring it to our animals because as you can imagine, Gerald does not necessarily want to come into our hospital at the zoo. So we're able to bring the hospital to him.
Pretty tall hospital.
Yeah, our doors aren't quite big enough for him. So let me demonstrate how we would do our cold laser therapy for Gerald. So he's actually trained to let us use this medical device, which is for pain relief and to reduce inflammation and stimulate blood flow. And we're actually able to touch it directly onto his foot. And we've been doing this, we initially did it every day for about the first month. And because he's been doing so well, he's now being treated 3 times a week. Each treatment session is approximately 10 to 20 minutes. So you can see just how cooperative he is to allow something like this to happen while I'm touching his foot. And he's been just the best patient that we've had here.
Dr. Goodman, all this training that goes into getting these guys to do it, it's all a series of treats and training and constant effort to get them to do so. It's all voluntary. Am I right?
Correct. I have no ability to physically make him pick up his leg and let me do anything. So he's doing this all because he wants to, because he has an excellent relationship with our trainers. And they've built just such a strong bond that he's very tolerant of whatever we've been able to do for him.
And he loves lettuce.
And he loves lettuce.
Compliments of Bluebell Inn and
Yes.
Bluestone Country Club.
Yes, very fancy lettuce for Gerald
We
today.
really appreciate all the support. Again, we are here at Tap House 23's giraffe feeding experience at Elmwood Park Zoo's very first giraffe-athon. Anything else, Doc?
No, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in and for donating online or calling in to our telethon so that we can continue to provide awesome care to these animals during the zoo's closure.
Doc, how many years does it take going through veterinary school for any of our students at home that are interested in being a vet or being a zookeeper? What's it take to go through a veterinary program to get the degrees that you have to take care of these amazing animals?
So in addition to having an undergraduate degree, often in some sort of animal science or in biomedical health science, veterinary school is 4 years with lots of opportunities after graduation to get additional education and specialization training. So it is kind of a long haul, and all of our animal keepers here have bachelor's degrees in usually animal science, animal husbandry, or some sort of zoo program. So it does require a lot of specialized training, particularly to work with the diverse species that we have here. We provide, high quality medical care to everything from our giraffe all the way to our very small frogs. We have dart frogs that weigh only 3 grams. So you can imagine that you need a diverse skill set in order to work with all these animals to provide them with good care and good welfare.
Dr. Goodman, one last question, and then we're going to go up top to Commissioner Ken Lawrence. The schools and stuff that we work with, internship programs, stuff like that, how many different schools do we work with? What are some of the local schools that Elmwood Park Zoo works with?
So in terms of getting animal care interns, the vast majority of them come from Del Valle University. That seems to attract a lot of students to our program because of the diverse species that we have. We also work with veterinary students from the University of Pennsylvania School of Veterinary Medicine. So that provides us with a good opportunity to partner with them in order to give their students an opportunity. And then through our education department, they work with dozens of schools all over the county and in the state to bring in for various educational programs.
Very good. Dr. Goodman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to violate the the space here for a moment. Mr. Rogers, come with me. Watch your step. Dr. Goodman, thank you so much. I know you can never stop. I know your day's not a normal work week, work day. You're constantly thinking about these guys. I want to thank our team here for helping you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
and I want to
much.
thank you at home. We have hit 5,000 online donations, not counting the call-ins, which is around 5,000 as well. We're going to go up top here. We have some awesome call-ins. We have our commissioner, Ken Lawrence, who we're going to jump on the phone with, as well as Norristown School. We're going to jump on with them too. Mr. Rogers, come on up. There he is. Ken, this is Commissioner Ken Lawrence. Ken, thank you so much. You've always been a huge supporter of Elmwood Park Zoo, even before becoming a county commissioner. We want to thank you here at Elmwood Park Zoo for all of your help year after year, day after day. Whenever we need something, it's a phone call, a text message away. I reached out to Ken because the message from the county is so important to this zoo, because we are the region zoo, which is important, even though our programs reach all over the world. Ken, thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, Al, thanks for having me.
Ken, what's your favorite part of Elmwood Park Zoo?
My favorite part besides you, Al?
Oh, well, yes, besides me.
The Jaguars. Definitely the Jaguars.
So our Jaguar exhibit was created by Carmen A. Danella Foundation, which was a local donor, hired Disney's Animal Kingdom architects to bring us this amazing Jaguar exhibit. Ken, the second that Jaguar exhibit was finished, our attendance spiked about 250,000 guests the very next year, which has been unbelievable. It has been nominated as one of the best Jaguar exhibits in the country, and it gives these great keepers another opportunity to train and teach. Ken, how long have you been coming to Elmwood Park Zoo?
I've been coming to Elmwood Park Zoo since I was a teenager. So I'm not going to say how long ago that was, but I've been coming for many, many years. Brought my children here. My boys are 18 and 15 now, but brought them growing up for Boo at the zoo. My younger son used to attend the Elmwood Park Zoo camp. We would love that. You know, we would come back with him, and he would take us around, give us our own personal tour. So, I've been coming to zoos for most of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. Ken, it's a scary time. There's a lot of people at home that are scared and don't know what's next, and I'm not asking you to answer that. What are some of the measures and some of the things that the county are doing to help keep us safe here in Montgomery County in regards to communication and some of those things?
Well, I see you all practicing social distancing there, which is great. The giraffes are too close to each other, but they're fine. People really need to stay social distance. We need to I know it's difficult. We're a social society, but people need to stay home. You need to wash your hands and try not to touch your face, which I realize how much I actually touch my face when you're on Zoom and you see that. But right now, we just really want everyone to stay home.
Ken, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your colleagues. You know, everything that the county does for Elmwood Park Zoo, it is unbelievable. We love being part of Montgomery County. Ken, thank you so much for your call in. Is there anything you wanna leave with?
I want to say Elmwood Park Zoo is a treasure. It's one of the best things about the county. One of the first things I'm going to do when this quarantine is done is make sure I come and visit Elmwood Park Zoo. I'll bring my godson.
I appreciate it. Real quick, I want to thank Ken Lawrence. I want to thank the commissioners right here in Montgomery County. I want to thank the Norristown Council for all their support. I want to thank the Valley Forge Tourism Board. I also have to thank some of our callers. Our great president, Sharifa Howarth, the Howarth family, has called in and helped us out. Kelly with a $50 donation, Krista with $5, Stephen with $10. The guest service team has put up $500. A lot of those members are not with us right now. They are at home, working from home. We have sold 25 bowls so far. Diana with 100, Jenny from Buffalo with 50. Jenny, thank you so much. Catherine Green, also on our guest service team, with a $250 donation. Elizabeth with 100. We're going to feed another one of these awesome bowls. Mr. Rogers, okay there, sir? Call-in number, again, 610-277-3825. It looks like Tharuba's helping me clean the other side of the board there. We're gonna feed some more. Next up, yes, sir.
Hey, I gotta jump, but I will be going into my membership as soon as I get done the press conference. Okay?
Ken, thank you so much. Please mention Elmwood Park Zoo in the press conference. It would go a long way for us. We appreciate it.
All right, I'll see you, Al.
Take care. You know, Elmwood Park Zoo is located in Norristown. We just celebrated our 95th anniversary last year, which is amazing. We're planning for our 100th. We're doing a master plan right now with Zoo Advisors. And why I bring up our location again is our next callers are the Norristown School District. Chris Darmer and the school district have been an amazing partner with us here at Elmwood. And I apologize if I'm yelling in your homes, but it's getting a little windy. It doesn't seem to bother these guys. It shouldn't bother you at home either. So please pick up your phone. If we lose our telephone lines, that's a different story.
10,000.
Well, I was going to bang these, but I think it would scare the animals. We just hit 10,000. The bowls keep coming. Are you feeding bowls over there?
Cola wants that one.
All right. So that is awesome. Again, Norristown School District, are they ready to jump on? Are we ready? Do we have them unmuted? Do I have Chris Darmer with the kids?
How you doing?
I'm as best as I could be. I apologize. What school do we have?
We have our students, Miss Mulligan's class from Whitehall Elementary School with us today.
Oh, that is awesome. How are we doing, kids? You guys want me out of the way so you can see them?
Hi, guys.
Wow. Listen, we have to thank you guys as teachers, number one. We know there's a lot of efforts because kids are at home and you're doing a great job of staying engaged and keeping them enriched. Again, we talked all day about how these amazing team members have to work so hard to keep their minds moving. We want to thank all the teachers for everything they're doing to keep the kids calm at this time. So if I could ask, and I'm going to leave this to you, what teacher do we have? I'm sorry, what class do we have? Whitehall Elementary. I'm going to leave this to you. What's your favorite part of Elmwood Park Zoo?
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, the giraffe are your favorite part? All right, so I'm going to have Marina come over. Marina's our curator. I want the kids to ask some questions from the Norristown School District. Marina?
Hi, everybody. We're going to answer some of your questions right now. So our first question is how fast did giraffes grow? And that's from Leoncio Melendez.
That's a great question, guys. So giraffes, when they're born, are about 6 feet tall. And then they can spend the first few years of their life growing up to 2 inches every day. Can you imagine how much that is? It's a lot. Talk about growing pains. And then they end up, once they're 4 years old, they're considered fully grown. And then after that, they can end up being 14 to 16 feet tall if it's a mom or a female. And then a male can be up to 18.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, our next question is also from Leoncio, and it's how do giraffes live?
So that is a great question. Giraffes are so big and their legs are so long, and because of that, they like to travel lots of really far distances. And so they don't live in what we think of as typical herds. So they could live with maybe 10 to 20 different giraffes, and it's called a tower. A group of giraffes is a tower, and they kind of just go wherever they want. So they might hang out for a little while and then travel to another herd. And it could be all females, it could be all males, it could be a mix of both.
Great, that's so interesting. Our next question is how do the zookeepers know what kind of food the animals like? And that's from Jordan Martin Johnson and siblings Eden and Layden.
Well, I would say that we definitely know that they like these bowls that they are just powerhousing through right now. We try to mimic whatever they would eat in the wild. So in the wild, these guys really like to eat leaves off acacia trees is kind of their favorite. And those are those iconic trees you think of when you think of Africa. So we just try to make it as natural as possible so they get some browser bites that are similar to that as much as we can, and then we try to give them fresh browse whenever the weather permits.
Awesome. That's great. So so now we have some other questions, and these are from students from Mrs. Peterson. So this question is from Autumn, Alyssa, and Madison Reasoner. They asked, how tall can giraffe get?
So the male giraffe can get to be about 18 feet tall, and the female giraffe can be about 14 feet tall.
Awesome. All right, then how about this one? How can you tell the difference between a male and a female giraffe?
You guys, these questions are so good. So our males are typically a little bit bigger, and it's hard to see that difference because all of ours are threes, we have boys. So they're all kind of the same size. But the females are normally a little bit smaller. And then also, if you see these things on the tops of their heads, these are called ossicones. So the females typically have tufts of hair on the tops of theirs, and the males are kind of cut off. So if you go look at Gerald's, his are more bald at the top, and that's because the males fight for dominance, and they do that by throwing their heads at each other and hitting each other with these ossicones.
What a great answer. Okay, our next question is, what does a giraffe eat?
So in the wild...
Everything.
Yes, everything. Very true. In the wild, they use these long tongues to eat leaves and twigs. They could eat about 70 pounds of leaves and twigs a day per giraffe in the wild. And in the zoo here, we feed them 2 to 3 bales of alfalfa a day, and they also get maybe about 24 pounds of different types of grain.
And sometimes they get treats. We use carrots for training purposes because they really like carrots. They also really like lettuce. All of our feeds we do with lettuce. And they also sometimes get Timothy hay when we put it on exhibit for the zebras, and then they steal some because they're sneaky.
Okay, our next question. I don't think our giraffe are going to like this question, but we're going to ask it anyway. What are giraffes' predators in the wild?
Oh, forgot that was my question. So in the wild, giraffes' biggest predators are lions, crocodiles, and people. And the reason I say crocodiles is because when these guys drink water, so can you imagine being this tall, having to get a drink of water, they have to put their front legs out, splay them, and then put their head all the way down to the ground. And that's a very vulnerable position for them. So the crocodiles will come out of the water and snatch them. And once they have a good hold on them, it's not a good situation. But mostly people. Because they are so big, one kick from these guys can really take down any other predators. So people are mean sometimes.
It's a good thing we don't have any crocodiles here at the zoo. All right, our next question is, can a giraffe have any different colors?
Yeah, so if you take a look at these boys here, you can see that they're they have some dark spots, and then they have some lighter spots in between. And Makolo, actually, who's the one that's right here, you can see his face is a whole lot darker than Daruba right here. And like we talked about earlier, we think that it's controlling the temperature of their body.
Great, our next question is not about giraffe. Don't tell these guys. It's how many animals are at the Elmwood Park Zoo?
So total we have about 320 animals, and that's animals of all sizes. So giraffes, jaguars, some frogs, we've got a lot of chickens, things like that.
Okay, and our next and last question is, why are giraffes so tall?
So they are so tall because they eat leaves and twigs, and they're way up high in the sky. So their necks had to grow to be really long so that they could reach that. And another thought about those long necks is so they can, when they play and when they're fighting for dominance, whoever has the longer neck can probably get a bigger, stronger swing when they're swinging that big neck.
That's great. Thank you, Shelby and Caroline, for all these wonderful giraffe answers. And that's all the questions I have right now.
Do you guys have any other questions?
I'll tell you what, guys. Oh, they got more questions. Listen, we want you to do us a favor. We want you to do us a favor. We want to thank you, first of all, but if you could please email the questions in. We really appreciate all your support. I'm sure you're tuning in our Zoo School Live that we do every day on our website at 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Our amazing educators, our animal team, our vet team. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for the great questions.
Thank you. Can I get a big wave from you guys? All right, real quick, can I get a big I love Elmwood Park Zoo? All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you know what? We love them too. When I first started here here at Elmwood Park Zoo. It is so important to take care of these great guys, but it's the people that make it happen. What, you want this? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I heard we are $2,500 away from $15,000 on this giraffe-athon, which is unbelievable, especially for our first one. After all those bowls, he still wants more, right? We want to thank DeKalb Produce. Absolutely. They do an amazing job of getting this lettuce to us, along with all their donations. Elmwood Park Zoo, Stephanie with a $225 donation. Drew from New York with $100. EPZ's Kathy with $100. Thank you so much. You know, it's really touching because a lot of business owners are going through a lot of tough times right now, making a lot of tough decisions. We do have a lot of very, very important people at home right now that can't be here because, again, our guests aren't back in the zoo yet. And it's so amazing to have all these people call in. Right here are our giraffe kisses. Here's our team over here, Mr. Rogers, ready to go with the giraffe kisses. We've sold a bunch of these. These are $250 a piece. Giraffe feeding has been going great all day. This is probably my favorite thing they do, though. I love the giraffe kisses. What do you have on the board there?
Well, the wind's making it a little bit difficult for us today. So what we do is we spray the canvas with a little bit of water, and then we dump on some of their regular grain, and then we add on its human-safe food dye, the powder that we put on top. So this one's not been touched yet. And then when they eat the grain, they smear the dust around with their little whiskers and their tongues and things like that, and you get good prints.
I love it. Now, did you have to teach them to do this other than just having them come up here and eat?
No, lucky for us, these guys are machines and they'll eat all day long. They spend a lot of time in the wild just looking for leaves off of trees and walking around and things like that. So they do all the work.
You know, we've obviously fed a lot here so far today. We don't even scratch the surface on a normal day with what we feed these guys. A lot of their diet is supplemented in their giraffe barn, complements the Tap House 23. We do a giraffe feeding experience. It is managed. It's a manageable experience. You're seeing us get a lot closer to these guys than we allow the public to because it is important for these guys. That's why you do another one. There you go. I want to thank our keeper team here for putting together this great enrichment as well as this great gift that we can give our callers for just doing a $250 donation. Remember to call in. The number is 610-277-3825. I want to introduce Laura Houston to the camera here, who does a great job with these guys. Laura runs our education program. Laura, how long have you been at the zoo?
I've been at the zoo just about 2 years, and I'm super excited to be here. It's an awesome organization.
Laura, how long have you been in the zoo business?
I've been in the zoo business 20 years.
20 years. There's nothing better than this. I was a caterer before, so I love the assembly line and the buffet line of food that we have going here. But I can tell you there's no office better than being right here with these guys.
There absolutely isn't. You know, we love to deliver education programs here at the zoo, but it's even better that we can deliver education programs with these as some of our classroom friends.
Oh, that's great. So as our keeper team are fulfilling the giraffe kisses, which are awesome. Laura, can you turn it over to one of your awesome educators who's going to give us a little bit of education on these guys?
I sure can. So I'm going to turn it over to Laura Sauter, who is one of our terrific educators here, and she's going to give you just a little bit of behind-the-scenes look at giraffe information.
Hey guys, so we're going to try and get out of the way of the kisses over here. We've got a few different what we call biofacts or artifacts, and these things help us to teach. So while the best teachers here are our live giraffes, sometimes it's not possible to get them in our classroom to share how amazing their adaptations are. So we have a couple different things here to help you learn visually and sometimes through touch if you do come out to visit us. So we've been looking at that giraffe tongue today, very busy eating food and helping us do paintings. Giraffe have a tongue that's about 18 to 19 inches long. Can you imagine having a tongue this big coming out of your mouth at home? You could slurp something up off the table without even needing your hands, and that's why these giraffes do have that tongue. We were talking about their food habits and how they eat in the wild. They have to reach up really high, stretch to those trees, so having an 18-inch tongue can be really helpful. We also have a replica of a giraffe skull. So I'm going to turn it around here. So you guys have seen in comparison to us humans how big these giraffe heads are. They are pretty massive. Just like our skulls, our bones inside, these guys are going to have a nice thick skull to protect their brain, and inside of there is where they're going to make a lot of their critical thinking. They're going to figure out where to travel to. things like that. On top, they have these ossicones that do assist them when they are competing as males, but we also don't know exactly what other purpose they might have served at one point. They've got some really huge teeth. Now, giraffe are herbivores, so they're gonna have teeth to help them grind up all of that plant material. So back here, we have molars and premolars. They're actually kind of flat with little ridges to help grind things up. You have these teeth as well at home that you would use when you're eating different vegetation. We also have some really big incisors in the front, but not on top, which is pretty interesting. These bottom incisors help them to chew and break off pieces, but on the top, they're gonna have a hard palate. So a pretty large skull, way bigger than the one that we have. We also are gonna take a look at their vertebrae. So this is one of their backbones. So we have a backbone, and in fact, we actually have the same number of vertebrae as a giraffe. We have 7, they have 7 as well. Theirs are just gonna be much larger compared to ours, and that's to support that really big body. If you weigh over 2,000 pounds, you're gonna need a really strong backbone to move around and keep yourself healthy. We also have here a giraffe leg bone. Now, you guys learned earlier that they can have really, really long legs, 6 feet long sometimes. This is only one part of their bone, so compared to my entire leg in size, that's a huge animal. It also weighs a whole lot because these bones are very dense and very strong to help them move around. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed meeting our giraffes and seeing these biofacts, and hopefully you'll get a chance to check them out in person when you come to the zoo.
Laura, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to reiterate, we're getting close to the end here, so we need you to make sure you're calling in. The call-in number is 610-277-3825. Sierra with a $100 donation. Lisa with a $30 donation. Christine, $30. Amy, $25. Heather, $250. Rosemary, $100. And Scott with $250. Thank you so much. Another one of those great giraffe kisses. I'm going to turn things over to Tim real quick. Tim, how are we doing?
Oh, we're doing
Are they
great.
doing good? Are we running low on lettuce?
Oh, we have plenty of lettuce.
Lots
I
of
didn't have
bowls?
any in my hand, but we got more bowls, we have more lettuce, and these guys have more room in their stomachs than we could even believe.
Tim, where are you from originally?
I'm actually from Glenside, Pennsylvania. It's only about 25 minutes away.
Very nice, very nice. We have people from all over working here at Elmwood Park Zoo. Marina and Laura are from New Jersey. We have people from Lancaster, right here in Norristown. We have a lot of employees from Norristown. Eric Donovan, again, our Director of Operations. Eric, how are you doing?
Doing great. We are doing so well out there. Keep helping us out. We are raising a lot of money today for the zoo. Again, it's 610-277-3825, or you can go online and donate as well. You guys are doing a fantastic job. We cannot thank you enough for all of your support. You've seen all of these amazing programs that we offer, and every dollar that you donate today helps us to continue to educate the public and put on these amazing programs with these amazing animals, including, of course, feeding our gentle giants over here, the giraffes. It's really one of the most amazing things that we've been able to implement over the past few years. We're so excited that everyone is able to take part with us today, because without your help, we cannot continue. You guys are our main supporters, and we are so thankful for you. So every dollar helps. Again, that's 610-277-3825, or you can join us on our website at elmwoodparkzoo.org, or through the Facebook links that you'll see in the comments and in the description.
Eric, real quick, just tell them real quick about the Easter baskets and stuff.
Absolutely. We are doing some amazing Easter basket offers. We are having home delivery from the Easter Bunny himself. A safe, social distanced Easter Bunny delivery. You can get a basket for $45, and you'll save money if you get more. We're also doing e-baskets with tickets that'll be sent directly to your email. And of course, we're also selling some amazing animals with Chester the Rabbit for $100. That can be yours if you just go right online and support us at www.elmwoodparkzoo.org.
That's awesome. You know, a lot of creative ideas, again, it takes to keep this place running. It's about $18,000 a day to take care of the zoo, just down to the essentials. Tim, we have a young man named Timothy, Timothy as well, who called in from GA, wants to know what it takes to be a keeper. What do you have to do?
Well, most places you have to go to school for 4 years and get a degree in biology or animal sciences or something like that. Then after that, you got to go into internships. So you have to come to places like Elmwood Park Zoo or other zoos around that have internships. And you work and you get to know keepers, you get to know what it's like to take care of animals. And from there, then you can start to get hired places. So it's a long road, but it's worth it, I promise.
Well, Tim, since I'm asking you all the questions, tell our viewers a little bit about the AZA and what the AZA is all about.
Oh, absolutely. So the AZA is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. So it's an association that really holds zoos and aquariums in this country and in Canada, Mexico, and other places to the highest possible standard. They really have a lot of just the top regulations of how we have to keep our animals, how we have to take care of them, to make sure that if you are a member of the AZA, you are taking care of the animals to the absolute best ability that there is. It is the top standard. So we are an AZA member, and there's only just a handful of zoos as far as the entire country goes that are AZA members, because it's really a rigorous standard to try and meet that.
Well, Tim, thank you so much. Tim is one of our amazing keepers here. Again, every dollar that you donate helps to support all of our animal care, including the amazing animal care that Tim and keepers just like him put on. Right now, we're going to jump over to a really special guest we have today. We're going to welcome in Nancy Volpe-Berenger from season 18 of Project Runway. She was a finalist. Nancy, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me be part of such a special, important event.
Oh my gosh, Nancy, we are so grateful for you to call in today. We're so happy for your support. How are you doing out there?
I'm doing fine. You know what I'm doing? I'm making masks. I'm lucky. I live right next door to my studio, so I'm hanging in there.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for supporting everybody with making those masks. It's really important. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about what you do. You know, you had an amazing collection in the finale. I think it should have won, personally.
I think so too.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your process? Because I know that it was heavily involved with sustainability and, of course, what's really important to us, inclusivity as well.
Yeah, it was. You know what? When I was on the show and I got to design for Tatiana McFadden, the Paralympiad wheelchair user, that changed my life as a person, as a designer, forever. And I always wanted to be inclusive in as far as not designing for a particular gender or person, but this just made it all make sense, in that I wanted to design for everyone. And it's just an innate thing. It's like I have felt left out in my life before, and I don't want anyone to feel left out. And fashion's a way to express ourselves as individuals, and that's what I try to do.
So, Nancy, I just have to say I'm a huge fan. I watch the show all the time, and when you had the chance to create the accessible designs, I was bawling on my couch at home. It was so wonderful, and we work really hard here to be as accessible and inclusive as we can. So thank you for doing that from the fashion side.
Well, thank you. You know, and I have to tell you something. When I fall too. I cried when I saw. When I met Victoria with the prosthetic limb, and I had in my mind designing this, and when I saw her, I also got choked up emotionally. So you weren't alone.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, the zoo is the world's first certified autism center that's a zoo. We provide all sorts of support programming for those with sensory needs, those with autism, both at home and in the park here at the zoo. So it was so important for us to bring you on, because it's important to find partners just like you to continue that message and support that.
Thank you. You know, when I was at Drexel just a few years ago, that's how I started to get interested in adaptive design and inclusivity. My children's wear, actually, I did a lot of research, and I designed my children's wear for children with sensory perception disorder. So I had already started that, and that's where I know my future's got to go. Like, I think I was on Project Runway for a reason, and I found the reason, and now I've just got to go and expand my inclusivity.
Nancy, that is amazing. I want to switch over to your sustainability efforts, because not a single scrap of fabric was wasted in your finale collection, which is an amazing and an incredible feat. So can you tell me a little bit how you were able to accomplish that?
I was committed from the beginning that it was going to be zero waste. So actually, I was on a live feed with Brandon last week, and they had said, well, we wish we'd seen more tailoring or more seams. And I said, but I didn't get a chance to say it, but as soon as you start to tailor it or make more seams, you're creating waste. So I was committed to using some amazing fabric or creating fabrics. And if I had to cut into a design, a silhouette, it was going to be reused. So my jumpsuit took weeks and weeks, was all hand woven. My accessories, which you didn't get a chance to see too much, was all that beautiful fabric, and I quilted it and upcycled it into some of my accessories. So yeah, I was committed, and I you know what, when you say you wish I had won, my husband keeps telling me what Walter Payton says, the definition of a winner. And I can tell you're all winners of what you're doing today, and it's when we don't leave anything out. We give it everything we have. And that's why I think we had 4 winners on the show. Jeffrey got the title, but I know, I hope my place and my message, I walked away as a winner.
Absolutely. Well, I can agree with you on that. You definitely all were winners at that finale. It was really, really a special show, and yours in particular we really loved.
I have to be so grateful because the autistic world is very important to me. We support the Ernie Els Autism Foundation, and because of Project Runway, look at this, I'm getting to be on your show, helping to support such a good cause. So that just, that's my definition of me being a successful designer.
Absolutely. So what's next for you? After all this is over, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I have definitely been researching and asking all people with special fashion needs to email me and how I can make my designs more adaptive. I had been doing Project Runway and prepping for it and the collection for a year of 7 days a week, 15-hour days. So I was actually hoping to see if I had any golf game left. And that I was all set to go away. And of course, that's last thing on people's minds. But I wouldn't mind a little bit of downtime when this is over and see if I can get back on the links and know how to swing a club still, just for some fun and time with my husband.
Absolutely. Well, we're definitely going to have to get you out here once this is all said and done. I really appreciate you coming and calling in today. Stay safe, take care, and thank you so much.
Okay, and thank you, and good luck.
Thanks, Nancy. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Eric, Laura, thank you so much. What an awesome day this has been. We have a great team of people. Mr. Rogers, I'd like you to pan over here real quick to Jennifer Conti, Eric Husky, Holly, Ian on the steps. This is just a small group of our amazing team behind the scenes. They're writing all the cues down for us so we know what to do. We've never done this before, but we've had a great time. Our totals right now are at $18,255. We are wrapping up our Giraffe-athon, but you can always give to Elmwood Park Zoo. Remember what we talked about in the beginning. Even though we're feeding these guys, this money goes to all the animals, all the care, everything it takes to bring this amazing zoo right here in Norristown, in Montgomery County, this AZA accredited establishment. I want to thank everybody who participated, everybody who took to put it together. Mr. Rogers, you on the other side of that camera, I'm sure your arms are going numb by now. Thank you so much, everybody here at Elmwood Park Zoo. What an amazing staff. Thank you guys. It's all because of you that we bring this great facility to our amazing viewers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you soon when everything can open back. Thank you.